This is Kelso Sturgeon, and welcome to an NFL playoff weekend at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. 4 giant games. I'm releasing all of them. One of the 4 is going to be a 100-unit play, my 100-unit NFL playoff game of the year. The other 3 games will be released at the 25-unit level. Keep in mind, I won my 50-unit NFL wildcard game of the year last week with the New York Giants in their blowout win over Atlanta. Also on Saturday, I'll be going for my 4th consecutive 50-unit win in college basketball, and we'll be coming right back on Sunday with another 50-unit play. I'm on a roll there, and I intend to keep right on taking down the money. So while the focus on this particular video is the NFL playoffs, keep in mind that winning basketball every single day, a 50-unit play on Saturday, another 50-unit play on Sunday. You know, the NFL playoffs always seem to baffle a lot of people. There's no reason for that to happen. They're football games. Certainly there are added elements and handicapping factors that need to be considered at playoff time. But once again, as you handicap these games, just remember a couple of things. Pay attention to the little details, but that's the same as it is during the regular season. It's the little details that give us the edges that we use to beat the number. And take nothing for granted. I mean, absolutely nothing. You know, any team can win at this point of the NFL season, and I think the Denver Broncos proved that last week when they beat Pittsburgh in overtime. That has nothing to do with Tim Tebow or anything else. It's just that don't take for granted that something is an automatic to happen. It's just not so, especially in the playoffs. You know, I thought that I'd like to run through a few elements here on each of these games that might give you a little insight into handicapping them. And I also suggest that you read my newsletter on the website. It tells you a lot more, gives you a lot more detail on these games. I'm just going to touch some high points on each one of them. Hopefully they'll help you to handicap a winner. Let's take the New Orleans Saints at the San Francisco 49ers. We know right now that this is supposed to be an offensive versus defensive battle. The Saints, the high-octane offense, the 49ers, the lockdown defense. Now, here's a couple of things that you might want to consider. No team in the NFL is playing better than the New Orleans Saints right now. They come into this, get this now, they are 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games. They are 9-0 against the number in those 9 games. Now, countering that might be the fact that the San Francisco 49ers have gone an NFL best 11-4-1 against the number this season. We have contradicting elements. I think it's also important to understand that that Drew Brees is 5-0 lifetime against the San Francisco 49ers, and basically picked them apart every time he's played against them. On the negative side, New Orleans is 0-4 in playoff road games, period. Now let's go to the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots game. The weather is going to be very cold there. The wind is going to be blowing at 22 miles per hour, and it's going to be played at night. The wind chill factor, I guarantee you, has to be near 0 at kickoff. You know, in the Patriots' big win, 41-23 in the regular season over Denver, New England had 451 yards of total offense. Tom Brady threw for 320 yards. Since then, the Denver defense has stiffened up and is playing exceptionally well. Now, while the offensive firepower seems to belong to New England in this game, might I point out that its defense is ranked next to last in the NFL. Once again, it's going to be a cold, cold night in Foxborough. You need to take that into consideration. Now, on Sunday, the Houston Texans at Baltimore. Fascinating game for me. You know, this is the first playoff game that Baltimore has played at home since in the last 11 years. And by the way, 11 years ago they opened at home and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Baltimore has a tremendously strong home field bias. They went an undefeated 8-0 there this season. They won 10 straight on the home field, and more than that, their defense has just been fantastic at home. They have given up an average of 15 points in those 8 home games. Nobody has scored more than 17 points against them. These teams have played 5 times previously, and Baltimore has won all 5 games. Now let's get to the late Sunday game. The New York Giants at the Green Bay Packers. First of all, we know that Green Bay is an even money favorite to win the Super Bowl. When Green Bay and the Giants met earlier in the season, actually on December the 4th, the Packers won 38-35 as a 7-point favorite in New York. Green Bay led the NFL in pass interceptions. That's a nice fact. But hidden in the fine print there, by the way, is the fact the Packers have the worst defense in the NFL. So pass interceptions are one thing, total defense is quite another. They give up 411 yards and 22.4 points a game. I don't know what all that translates into, but we do know the New York Giants do have a lot of offensive firepower themselves. Now, Green Bay's only loss in its last 22 games that came this season at Kansas City, 19-14 in a game in which they were 11-point favorites. It's also notable that Green Bay has won 13 straight games at home. Now, all these games are going to be available on the website, on this website, and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. Now, let me run down how I'm releasing these games. You can get the 4-game package, which includes Best Bets Basketball, absolutely free, for $50 each day, or you can get them in a package, $75, and save yourself 25 bucks. I intend to sweep the board this week. I've spent hours and hours, literally hours, studying these games, and I think I do have the edges to win all of them, especially my 100-unit NFL Game of the Year. Once again, all these games will be released on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted, and last but not least, a reminder, winning basketball every day too. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go get the money.